Hello my dears, welcome to Wisdom Era online classes. In today's topic, we shall learn about sorting materials into groups. Is it? It is covered with introduction, objects around us, materials around us, grouping and sorting of materials, basis of classification, properties of materials. Means you will learn about what are materials and what are objects and how those objects are modified from the materials, okay, and which type of materials are used to make which type of objects. Yes, materials means raw materials which are just like wood, plastic, paper, metal, fabric. Is it? By using all these materials we are making different type of objects which are necessary for our daily use. Yes, my dears, give some examples for that. Very good. Chair, table, all these are made up of wood, and some types of plates are made up of plastic, and books are made up of paper. Is it? And also some metals are used. Have you ever visited shops or mahals or big bazaars? Yes, my dear students, I know you all visited the big bazaar, is it? Which is available in Kotturu also. There, how they are placing the things? Yes, you might have observed they are placing similar things together is called grouping. Is it? Means all sambar items or masala items one side, all dry fruits one side, all plastic items one side, all types of toothbrush are one side, like that they are grouping the materials. Is it? Let us know about what is classification and on the basis of grouping. Okay, classification means the process of sorting and grouping things according to the same basic property is called classification. That may be a size, shape or material used. And also how we are grouping means materials can be grouped on the basis of similarities and also difference in their properties. Different types of materials have different properties such as appearance, solubility, transparency, conductivity and behavior towards magnet. Is it? Like that we are classifying the objects. Let us have an example. Different types of materials to make an object. You might have seen plates. Is it? Which type of material used to make the plate? Yes, my dear students, you might have seen steel plates, plastic plates, paper plates and also copper plates. Is it? Here the object is plate, but they are used different types of materials to make the same object, that is plate. Is it? Some of us are using steel plates, some of us are using use and throw plates, that is plastic or paper plates, and some of us are using copper plates. All those are plates, but the materials used to make those plates are different. Is it? Now take another example, that is paper. Is it? Paper is one of the material and we can do different objects by using that material. You just see, by using the paper we can make book. Is it? In the previous example I said by using the paper we are making some plates. Is it? We made some plates, and by using that we can make tissue papers and also paper bags. Nowadays paper bags are widely used in India, just it is eco-friendly. Is it? It is biodegradable. So by using paper we can make different objects. Is it? So my dears, from this we come to know that the objects around us or around you are made of different types of materials. Is it? And those materials may be wood, plastic, paper or some metals. Metals means those are very hard and having luster surface and they are good conductors of heat. Like this they have some properties according to the materials. Why I am saying this means now in this chapter we will learn about how they are sorted into groups. Okay, compare the property of cloth and plastic. Just if you want to fill some water with you, if you want to take some water with you, which one would you prefer? Plastic bottle automatically, is it? But not a piece of cloth or tumbler. just because in piece of cloth water can pass out as the cloth has tiny holes and it is unstable, flexible and stretchable and it does not have specific shape, whereas plastic bottles are good to take the water. Is it just because water cannot pass through it and it is more stable, it is not easily breakable and it has a definite shape so that water cannot pour out of the bottle. Is it? So we choose the materials or we choose the objects according to the materials. Some prefer steel bottles, some prefer plastic bottles, some prefer copper bottles. Like that, according to the materials, we are using the objects. In our kitchen, most of the materials are made up of steel or copper. You might have observed there are some copper bottom utensils in our kitchen. Is it? Why they are using such things? Yes, my dear students, just because copper is good conductor of heat and electricity, so that the utensils get heat up easily. Now we shall learn how the properties of materials are sorted into groups. First one is appearance, transparency, hardness, solubility in water and also flotation. First we shall move on to the appearance. Yes, different metals have different types of luster. Gold has yellowish shine, quite different from the other than the silver. Wood, stone, sulfur and cloth do not have any lustrous. Is it? And next one is hardness. Materials or objects that are scratched easily are called soft substances. Those which cannot scratch easily are called hard substances. Is it? And the property of this itself is called as hardness of a material. You might have known that diamond is the hardest naturally occurring substance. Is it? Just because it is very hard. And talcum powder, it is obtained from the soapstone. Next one is solubility. Just you observe, some substances are soluble in water and water itself is called as a universal solvent because it has ability to dissolve many substances in it. Is it? But there are some other substances which are not soluble in water. Let us have an example. Take sand and sugar. Pour 1 spoon of sugar in beaker B and 1 spoon of sand in beaker A. Stir it with a stirrer. Both of the beakers with a stirrer. You just observe, sugar has dissolved in water, but sand does not dissolve in water. Is it? So that we came to know that sugar is soluble in water whereas sand is insoluble in water. Take some other examples. Let us take vinegar, lemon juice, mustard oil, coconut oil and kerosene. And take 5 beakers, fill them with half water. Okay, fill them halfly filled with water. And then take all 5 samples and with a dropper, drop 5 to 10 drops in each of the beakers. First one is vinegar. Now I am dropping vinegar into the first beaker and stirring it well. Next, lemon juice. I will take the lemon juice with a dropper and to the beaker second I will drop the lemon juice. Again I will stir it well. Next one is mustard oil. I will take mustard oil in a dropper and dropping in the third beaker. Then I will stir it well. Next one is coconut oil. I will take the coconut oil in a dropper and then dropping it into the fourth beaker. Drop by drop. I will stir it well. Next one is kerosene. Again I will take the kerosene in a dropper and then dropping it into the fifth beaker. And then stirring it well. Yes, my dear student, you observe here. In first beaker, vinegar, second beaker, lemon juice have dissolved, but mustard oil, coconut oil and kerosene are not dissolved. Next one is objects may float or sink in water. Yes, my dear students, this is on the floating substance we will classify float and sink substance. Okay. Take some examples just like wax and mustard oil, stone and also some iron nails. Drop that in a beaker containing water. What happens? Yes, my dears, wax and mustard oil float on a water, whereas iron nails and stones settle down, means sink into the water. It means some substances are floating, some are sink. Next one is transparency. Transparency means take a sheet of paper and look through it towards the light and observe. You cannot see the light, but take some amount of oil and put it on a paper, spread it over the paper and look at the same bulb again. Yes, now you can easily, clearly visible but not clearly. Is it? Before you can't, but now you can, but somewhat, not clearly. That is, these are translucent objects. Okay, translucent object. Next, conductivity of heat. Let us take a metal rod and heat it at one end. Means heat it at one end. What happens? The heat is transferring to the other end. Let us take a glass rod and heat it at one end. But here the heat does not transfer to the other end. Means the metals which conduct electricity or transfer heat and which does not conduct electricity does not transfer heat. Next one is combustibility. Means those which catch fire easily are called as combustible substance. Example, paper, cloth and wood. Is it? And some other metals does not catches fire. Those are called incombustible substance. Yes, my dears, in today's session we have discussed about hardness of materials, hardness and softness. Materials also hard or soft, and also the solubility of liquids in water and solubility of solids in water. Is it? Solids also soluble and some solids are insoluble, whereas some liquids are soluble and some liquids are insoluble. Is it? So we have learned about the solubility of liquids or solids in water. That means we are sorting the substance according to their solubility also. Is it? Next, and also we have learned about flotation. Is it? Means how the objects are floating on water. Means some substances float on water while others sink right to the bottom. Means objects which are heavier than water sink, whereas objects which are lighter than water floats on water. When leaves from a tree fall on a pond water, they float. A paper boat, thin twigs, etc. are light and they float on water. But whereas piece of stone and also some iron nails which I have showed in your example, that is also a heavier than water. So heavy bricks, etc. all these sink in a water. Means we sort materials on the flotation. Next one is transparency. Some objects are transparent, just like a glass where we can see the other side objects clearly, and some objects are translucent, and these materials allow some or little light to pass through them. Just I have shown oil paper. Next one is opaque, means materials that do not allow any light to pass through them are called opaque substance. Means example, wood and metal are some of the examples for opaque substance. Yes, my dear students, now you are able to sort the materials or objects into grouping. Means you came to know how we are grouping the objects. Is it? And also in your next classes you will learn about how we are sorting materials according to their chemical nature, nothing but solid, liquids and gases. Okay? Yes, my dears, thank you, and be connected with Wisdom Era for your bright future.